The Silk Road was an interconnected network of trade routes used to transport goods, spreading knowledge, ideas, and beliefs along the way, not as a road, but as a route network that starts from China and gets to all continents known at the time, with the main cities listed on screen. Today, I'll go over ideas and technologies. I researched the spreading of ideas and technologies such as papermaking, gunpowder, and the printing press, and I would discuss their influence on societies along the Silk Road, while showing you the one thing that the Silk Road started that affected all other countries involved and all of us to this day negatively. The Silk Road served to spread multiple religions across the globe and help the spreading of the gospel all around the world referenced in the Bible. Though it spread many other religions such as Islam and Buddhism, this created a world where religion stopped being known as a nation-specific culture and started to become something that is normal in multiple places of the world. This now allows the spreading of the gospel to be easier, as being from a different religion won't make you such an outcast and forces governments to allow for more religious freedom. The Silk Road turned creations of easy sources, causes, and consequences to complex world spreading, where a creation would come out of another one from a completely different place in the world. A framework that still remains the same but gets expanded each time. Gunpowder was created out of an accidental explosion in China, then was spread to multiple places who refined the concept of an intentional explosion to attack enemies. It's been spread through the Mongolians and reached the entire world thanks to it. Paper was created in China, spread to the Middle East, and was refined in Spain. The knowledge of who caused the spreading is unknown besides theories and legends. And that's what I want to talk about: how sources became harder to find thanks to the Silk Road. The printing press was created originally in China by Bi Sheng, but was again refined in Europe by Johannes Gutenberg. The connection between them is mostly unknown. The problems with not knowing sources well is that you can't identify any possible biases of information. You can't understand the causes and consequences of the creation. All aspects of analysis become more difficult and result in less effective discoveries as analysis becomes more and more shallow. For example, what if the original Chinese creator of the printing press's precursor had some sort of misguided belief that blocked him from reaching the effectiveness of Johannes Gutenberg? Circling back to the gospel commentary, we might not find out how and where they learned to spread the gospel in such way, their mindset of the Bible, Jesus' teachings, and how they convinced people to leave their religions to follow God. But this problem can be reflected in our world today even, through internet research. Imagine all the failed creations out of biased sources that never came to fruition because of that bias. And don't even get me started on artificial intelligence. Long story short, it's not an intelligence. Rather, it's a bank of data that algorithmically generates a response. Everything made by AI is a bunch of data fused together with no idea of what sources are. It reaches a point where you start asking yourself if this is all intentional, to make analysis as shallow as possible, so that the key to smart inventions, which is analyzing cause and effect, identifying biases, and etc., becomes something limited. The result is that the higher-ups get the upper hand, while formulas are more difficult for us. Here are the sources, and with all that said, bye-bye.